Hello leaders, thank you so much for joining another session of Empowered by Michaela Smith. Today I want to talk to you about how to coach your employees. No doubt, us as the team leaders, we want what is the best for our team members, and that 100% includes coaching, having conversations with your team members, spending time with them. However, coaching is not always as simple as it sounds, and it does require preparation from your side. So I want to talk to you about the following 5 points I recommend from my own experience to think about before you actually do sit down and have that coaching conversation with your team member. And I apologize for my voice today. It went for holidays somewhere, so I hope you will be able to understand and hear what I'm saying. Starting with the point number 1, clarity and commitment. Now, this might sound simple and easy and like common sense, but trust me, for our junior team members, it is not common sense, and it is definitely not simple because they have never done anything like this before. So it is important that you gain clarity and commitment. And let me give you an example from my own office, because just like you, of course, I do lead my teams at work where I currently work. One of my girls has just become a leader, first-time leader, and she for the first time started to lead a small team of 4 people. Naturally, she's feeling apprehensive, and it is my role as her team leader to guide her and coach her, onboard her on her leadership journey. So during our first coaching session, when we first time sat together speaking about the topic, we wanted to make sure that she is very clear, first of all, where does she see the team right now? It means how does she see the dynamics of the team, individual members and their contribution? How does she see her contribution? So how is the performance of the team? So how is she seeing the team right now? And then we gave ourselves a goal and a vision. How does she want to see, where does she want to see the team in 12 months' time? Again, the same question: what will be the dynamics of the team, individual contribution, her contribution, performance, and so on and so forth. Now, this is a big goal. Not all your coaching goals need to be that big, but in this case, it's 12 months. And it's very important for any goal to understand where are you now and where is it that you want to get to, and what is your timeline. What is another important thing, once you do have the clarity, is to gain your coach's commitment, because at the end of the day, it is not your development, but it is the development of the person that you are coaching. So it does not help if you pour your heart out, if you spend all your energy, or if you give all your energy to the coaching, but the coachee is not committed. So you want to make sure that your coachee, your employee, understands that it is his or her responsibility to develop, to follow up on the coaching sessions, to make sure that she or he is doing all the things that you agree on, so that you get the commitment of the person that you are coaching. So point number 1, know where you are now, know where you want to get to with your employee, with your coachee, and gain their commitment. Point number 2, I wish somebody spoke to me 20 years ago, or at least over a decade ago, when I first started leading the teams. And that is using emotions and feelings in the leadership. What do I mean by that? So when you have your first coaching session with your new coachee, what you want to do, you don't want to only ask how is the end result going to look like. You want to ask them how is it going to feel like. So you want to put coachee into an emotional state, like they are already in the situation, they are already experiencing it, and you want them to feel what difference is going to bring into their everyday office life. This is an extremely powerful tool. I so encourage you to do this and use this tool. In the old ways of leadership, we know we were always encouraged, don't use feelings and emotions in your leadership. Today we know it's a complete rubbish, because it is just not possible. Empathy, emotions, feelings, it's all a very necessary part of being a great leader. So I encourage you, do not use the old ways of leadership. Use the feelings and use it as a tool to make sure that you get those feelings into the coaching with your team members. Sit with them and ask them, how is it going to feel like when you reach your end result? Okay, so we gain the clarity, we know where we are, we know where we want to get to, we know how do we want it to feel like, and we gain the commitment from our coachee. Now what? Now, my friend, it's time to make the plan of how to get to that end result. And this is where I want to stop for a second, because this can get a little bit tricky from the perspective of you, of the coach, of the leader who is doing the coaching. You have to remember that coaching is not giving advice. Coaching is not telling people what to do. Even if your intention is very pure and it's very good, you want to help the person. So, and you've been there, you've done it, you've experienced the same things, you have got the knowledge, you want to share the knowledge. Don't do it. That is not coaching. Coaching and the leadership, the point of a leader coaching his or her team is to ask questions and to lead people to find the answers to these questions by themselves. Ask questions they would not ask themselves normally, because they don't have experience, they don't see things from different angles. Ask questions that will broaden their horizon, because very often junior people especially are cocooned in their own little world and they think that's the most important thing in the whole universe, right? So you want to broaden that horizon through asking questions. Also, what it enables you to do is that you will notice what is the thought process of your coachee. Are they on the right track, or are they maybe clouded by something, you know, so they are just going around in circles and they can't find a way out. So then through your questions, you can help them to get back on the right track. So whatever you do, do not give advice. As I said, even if it is in your best intention because you're trying to be nice, but it is not being helpful. Nice and helpful are two different things, okay? Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. Point number 4 is a question. What do you think is the best coaching tool you can use when coaching your coachees? Answer to that question is silence. Yes, even if it takes 5 minutes for your coachee to figure out the answer to your question, please give them that space. Give them the opportunity to dig deep and really find their own solution to the question or to the problem or to the matter that you are discussing. Do not jump and resist the temptation to give them any advice, as I said in the previous point, and to jump into it to give them any hint to find the answers. Don't do it. Yes, it does require patience, but you are the leader now, so I'm sure you can figure that out. So use silence as your best coaching buddy. And the last point of today's session is follow through. Your coachee will most probably want to give up halfway through your coaching session, just talking from the experience. It is easy for all of us to get excited. It is easy for all of us to want to be better, to get to a better place, to have better results, to feel much better, right? But it's very few people that actually really follow through. And this is where your role as a coach and as a leader comes in. Even if your team member 2 months down the line decides that he can't or she can't attend the coaching sessions because he or she is too busy, he's got these meetings or he has to talk to the client. No, you have to be extremely, extremely strict in here, and you have to make sure that if you do agree on the coaching sessions, he or she attends these coaching sessions. Remember what we said in point number 1? Commitment. That's why you want to make sure that they understand that they have committed to the process, which might take 5 months, 12 months, 3 months, whatever it is that you agree on, but it is their accountability to be there. And that brings us to the end of today's session, my friend. If you did enjoy the session, please let me know by liking it and sharing it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget as well, every Saturday, I'm sending the regular blog to the subscribers of my website. I am leaving the website address on the screen. If you have not joined our community on the website yet, please go and subscribe, because every week I'm sharing the stories from my office, from my real life with my team. Now my voice is gone, I'm going to have a rest. Thanks once again, and I wish you a beautiful day in the office. Speak to you next week. Bye.